Welcome back. This is Producer Joe, and due to scheduling issues, you are in for a treat today, as this episode will be a sneak peek of exclusive Patron content and discussions. I hope you all enjoy. There you go. Now you're sounding good.
Alrighty. I'm ready to fucking rock and roll today, assholes.
Why are you so mean?
Man, I love seeing Ty's face. It always puts me in a good mood. All right. Oh. You ever see Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds? When he's like, hold on. He goes, all right, let's go. Did you ever see that, Ty?
I have seen that, yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, let's go.
How's my sound level? Good?
Everything sounds good to me.
You are listening to the sound of my voice.
One thing, though, that they found hilarious, and it was amazing that nobody picked up on it. But I was going doing the B-roll on the live edit, and the season 3 poster, and like where you pointed it out, how they weren't wearing gloves.
Yeah. You don't need gloves in space. Your hands might get hot.
And I'm like thinking to myself, like, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, I never noticed that.
The other thing that Sci-Fi never understood, which Amazon immediately understood, and this is going to make your dick hard, Wes, is how much of a fan favorite Amos was. Because that poster doesn't have Amos on it anywhere. And from season 4 on, Amos is prominently featured in every poster. Like from 4 on. Like he's always very large in the frame in every poster, because Amazon was like, this guy's one of everybody's favorite characters. Why aren't we putting him in the posters? Sci-Fi never got that. Sci-Fi's attitude was, if you're not the top billed actor, you don't get in the poster, which is so fucking stupid.
P.S. My dick is always hard.
You should get that checked out. That's actually really bad for you.
It is. I mean, I have moments of softness. What's your baby's name?
Louise
Earmuffs. Don't listen to these.
Dude, you forgot Clint's kid's name? Even I remember that. Okay. And I don't even care about kids, and I remember Clint's kid's name.
She's very new.
Yeah. What's that? That's unverifiable, Ty. That's unverifiable. That you. If
not only do I remember her name is Louise, but I remember her nickname is Lulu.
No, I remember Lulu, but I thought you. Oh, you know what, Clint? I should have known that, because here's a detail I do remember: is you named her after your mom.
That's true.
Oh, is Louise your mom's name?
Megan's mom. Both my mom and Megan's mom's middle names are Louise.
Do you guys have the same mom?
By sheer coincidence. Thank God, no. Our mothers are difficult in different ways.
Clint's like, there's something I got to tell you. Listen, love is love, Clint.
Love is love, man. I don't care.
Come to Georgia.
Like,
hey,
if you've got a hot half sister, that's just hot, man.
People
criticize
know anybody
from Iceland.
No, who the fuck knows anybody from Iceland?
Weirdly, the makeup artist is used on my show, but the Icelandic government has made this app that they ask everybody to have in Iceland that tells you how related you are to other people, because the population is so small. They really have to make certain that the person you're going to be dating is not related to you. And they're going to be related to you. The question is how closely.
People always give me a hard time about being from North Georgia, but what they don't understand is how hot my sister is, and
she is.
how hot my cousins are. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, your sister is super hot.
You know what I'm saying, baby? Yeah, I got a cutie. I got some cute cousins.
Yeah. I met your sister. She's pretty hot.
Hey, should we do Wes's top 5 hottest cousins?
Hot cousins.
Hanging out with Wes in the South. Top 5 hottest cousins.
Well, that's
and if that sounds sexist, there's some dudes in there too. I got some hot dude cousins.
Sure.
When people would talk about Jaime and Cersei on Game of Thrones, my answer was always, if your sister looks like Lena Headey, you'd be tempted.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your sister tempted, you're all in, baby.
I imagine the quality
I have
of
spent
Westeros
time
is
with
low
Lena
enough
Headey,
even
and she may be the most beautiful woman I've ever spent time with.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Wow.
Was that choice like based off something historical, or was it about their narcissism? Oh, so that was a real thing.
It's the Targaryen marrying brother to sister was based on the Ptolemaic custom in Egypt of marrying brother to sister for the pharaohs.
So if I got a Ptolemaic tattoo, would you think that was dumb as well?
If you got an ancient Egyptian tattoo that said "My sister is hot," I would think that was amazing.
Would
Sure.
it totally redeem myself?
Yes, that would be the coolest tattoo I've ever seen.
I'm getting sleeves now, and so I got to fill it up. So, hey Ty,
what?
It's your old pal Wes. How are you?
Who?
We used to work together a long time ago.
I've moved on, man.
So have I. But I will always have eyes for you. But so our list so far is, this is one of my favorite lists that we've done. And Sharon, thank you for being a part of this. Sunset Boulevard, Tropic Thunder, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Postcards from the Edge, and Boogie Nights.
I'm there.
It's a pretty good
I'm
list.
there. And the player is like the runner-up to that whole thing. But yeah.
All right, we'll throw the lower up and have the player in there.
My favorite thing about working in TV, I gotta tell you this. I had this moment. I was rewatching Tropic Thunder because I had seen it before we got the show. I was rewatching it with, I don't remember, some friend of mine. We were watching it, and the scene where Tom Cruise says, "Who here is the key grip?" and the guy raises his hand. He makes him go punch the director. I turned to my friend and I said, "I know why you get the key grip to do that. I know why he's the guy you would pick." Like I had this moment where I feel like I'm an insider now because I understand why the key grip is the guy who gets to punch the director.
Well, why?
Yeah.
Explain that to everybody. Explain why that's funny.
Okay. Well, because the key grip on a studio show like that, he doesn't work for the director. He works for the studio. So Tom Cruise can fire him, but the director can't. And secondly, the key grip tends to be a big guy.
Always.
Like almost every key grip I've ever met is a large man. It's a very
large
physical
man who
job.
Can play hacky sack really well for some reason.
Yes, and can drink you under the table if you decide to go to the bar with them. But it's a very physical job. You come up through the grip ranks. You're carrying a lot of shit around. It's a very physical kind of thing. And so they tend to be these kind of burly trucker-looking dudes, right? So if you're going to have somebody go punch somebody, that's the guy you would pick. Like the moment I understood that, I felt like such an insider. It was a very small victory, but for me, it was a meaningful one.
So Clint, you said Hodor's piece was fake, right?
I did.
I didn't say that. Ty said it, and I have no reason to doubt him because that man knows dong.
They used.
I do. I know a lot about dong.
They used Ty as Hodor's stand-in.
Well, he does have my fat middle-aged gut, so yeah, I totally could have stood in for him.
I thought you were about to say my fat middle-aged dick, but yeah, and I was like, attaboy, Ty. Fucking let him know it.
Oh, wow.
All right, should we rock and roll because Ty doesn't have much time?
Yep. Let's do it.
And keep in mind, my timeline is not that tight, but I definitely have a thing at 5 that I cannot move by even a minute.
Can I get 2 things from both you guys before we get going?
Is it a dinner?
No, it's a book promotion thing.
Okay, go ahead, Joseph.
I don't know if you know about it, Ty, the whole bingo game app that was developed by the Discord team, which is a lot of fun for the fans. Also, that way we get away from the drinking game. So that way we don't have to be as concerned, saying cold-blooded and fun stuff.
We have some pretty straight-laced fans. They don't like bad words and they don't like drinking games, but that's cool. We'll roll with it.
Or fascism.
Well, they would
Or
they would hurt themselves.
Or fascism.
They would probably hurt themselves if they played the drinking game correctly. So if I could get from both of you, Wes, overexcited bingo, and Ty, however you
Don't
wanna say
fucking
bingo.
direct me. Don't give me line readings. Don't give me line readings.
Okay.
Yeah.
However you
Don't meet
want
his
to do
eyes.
it, because we thought it would be fun for when one of the people in the chat, they get bingo, they can play one of your gifts.
Yeah, but
for
let me
bingo.
decide how to deliver the line.
Alrighty, I'll shut the fuck up.
Well, you go, Ty.
I don't like being directed either.
Bingo.
Wes is the only one who needs to do it. He's the actor.
No, I think we both need to do it.
Look, if somebody needs a bingo, I'll write the word bingo on a piece of paper.
no,
and
there, I got it.
put your name above it.
No, I'll say bingo, Ty, and you go bingo. like say goodbye. All right.
Oh.
Say bingo, Ty.
Bingo tie.
Alrighty. Only other thing.
Can we get a that's a bingo like Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards?
Remind me, how's that go?
Why not just use that clip? Christoph Waltz is better than Wes or I. Just use him.
Okay.
I mean, Wes, I think you're a perfectly cromulent actor, but you're no Christoph Waltz.
I'm getting there.
I mean, he was in Django Unchained. What were you in?
Nothing with that kind of prestige yet.
Exactly.
Yet. What was
he was in a movie where you get to see Jamie Foxx's ball sack. I mean, that is prestige.
You get to see his.
That is prestige movie.
You get to see his ball sack.
Oh yeah, when he's hanging upside down, just full on ball sack right there.
Do you think that's his ball sack, or is it a Hordor that situation?
I bet that's his. As an expert on dong, because I am an expert on
This is a
dong, I will
related
tell you, I believe that is Jamie
field,
Foxx's
yeah.
ball sack.
Well,
and for the record, it's quite impressive.
well, Clint, you're in charge of important research. You need to find out if that's really Jamie Foxx's ball sack.
I looked it up. It says it's actually a pair of spray painted truck nuts.
Could you superimpose a ball sack over Clint's face?
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
So Nancy Gao announced that she's running against Avasarala. And Avasarala has that funny line where she said everybody gets a pony and a blowjob. Now, I might be biased, but she might be onto something, because if somebody was running for office and they were saying every American gets a blowjob, they got my vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what if it's the politician who says that who is giving the blowjobs? There's not many politicians that I'd be in line for.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, yeah. Well, we can't go further into this topic without getting into trouble, so we'll move on. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Clint, you're involved in this too. We're going to tell our stories of going to jail drunk. Each of us are going to tell a story when they went to jail drunk. Do you have one, Ty?
I do
and then
not.
was hungover in jail.
There are several occasions in my life where I should have gone to jail. And every time it happened, I talked my way out of it.
All right. Well, I will tell
I have been
this
able
story.
to talk my way out of going to jail multiple times.
Yeah, and you know goddamn well Clint's got a going to jail drunk story. He told you about his Michigan brawl and punching people through windows and shit. So
he also told me about the time he knocked out a dude at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, that could be his time. He knocked out a dude in Birkenstocks.
No one was wearing Birkenstocks.
At the Hollywood Bowl.
The guy was drinking white wine and he was wearing Birkenstocks. And then that is bullying. No matter what the guy did, that's bullying.
And Clint's like, I'm from Michigan, motherfucker. Boom.
This is how the story is
Down
told.
he goes.
There's nothing to add. This is exactly accurate.
And he's like, and that guy's like, I'm from the Palisades. I don't. So one time, and then Joseph will decide later if I'm gonna cut this out. I probably will cut it out. But one time, I remember when I was like 16 or 17, and we actually, you know what, Joseph, let's cut this out because the story goes downhill from there, and then I'll this is a bad idea. We'll back out of this one. All right.
Hey, Joseph, Joseph, edit it so that Wes starts telling that story, cut to Wes going, no, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, and actually, yes. Yeah, you have it when I was like, yeah, there was this one time, and then cut to, no, I'm backing out of this. This is a bad idea.
This is a bad idea. We'll do that cut.
Awesome
this is a bad
suggestion, Ty.
Hey, dude, I edit TV shows for a living. I'm good at this.
And we did our top 5 Christmas Vacation, so we all know how we feel about it. Lethal Weapon, second greatest action movie of all time. Probably, for me, Riggs is probably one of my first favorite action characters of all time. I love Riggs. He's awesome. Obviously.
See, now I obviously I love Riggs, but I got to tell you, rewatching that movie as an older guy, because I'm fucking old now, I'm much more sympathized with the Danny Glover character, man. Murtaugh makes sense to me. Like, I totally get him. He's tired. He just wants to make it to retirement. This fucking guy is like messing up everything by being like hyperactive and screwing things up. But when you fuck with his family, when they take his little girl, you cross a line, and Murtaugh's like, they all die. He's been pushing backs against Riggs' craziness the whole movie. But when they fucked with his little girl, he's like, no, now they got to go. And that scene toward the end where the bad guy's getting away, and he's standing at the end of the alley, and he goes, no way you live. No way you live.
Yeah.
And just does that quick draw. Like, I'm so much more in the Murtaugh side of the camp now, where it's like, I'm old, I'm tired. But if you fuck with my family, no way you live. Like, I get Murtaugh. He makes sense to me.
But what I love about Murtaugh is he's tired and cranky when they come over in the morning. He's got these kids and everybody and trying to hold it all together. But he's a good dad. He's a good person. He's a good cop. But he's got skills, man. When it's time to pull out that gun and he does the twist,
the quick draw,
the quick draw, turning like that. So I agree with you. But the thing about Riggs and the same thing when we talk about John McClane, is Riggs again comes out of that 80s superhero action guys where you have jacked up, roided Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and they didn't make mistakes, they didn't have vulnerabilities. But then you get Riggs, and that's somebody that was completely driven to madness from losing his wife and guilt and shame. He's barely hanging on to sanity. And his recklessness it comes from a lack of caring about his life.
Yeah. He wants to die.
He wants to die.
Yep.
And that unpredictability was compelling and something I've never seen before in a character. And that scene when he's on the roof and he goes, "Do you want to jump? Do ya?" And he throws the handcuff on the guy and he fucking jumps down. I was fascinated by that. Fascinated by Riggs.
Well,
right.
and then Riggs is interesting because he loses his wife, which puts him in a suicidal depression. The thing that breaks him out of that suicidal depression is helping Danny Glover save his family.
Yeah.
So he helps Murtaugh save his family, and that's what gets him out of it. And in a way, Murtaugh's family becomes his family. Because, if you watch Lethal Weapon 2, he's living at their house practically. He's making food in their kitchen. Like, he just becomes part of that family because that was what he needed. He needed a new family. He lost his family. He needed a new family. He helps Murtaugh save his family, and that becomes the way he survives. And I think it's actually a really interesting story because all of us need something. All of us need a connection of some kind. And he doesn't solve what's wrong with his life by murdering the person who killed his wife. He solves what's wrong with his life by finding a new family. Which,
Yes.
if that isn't the most Christmas message ever, I don't know what is. The most
And
Christmas message ever is you need a family.
It's beautiful. What
I do like to think about the Murtaugh family for years talking about the Christmas where they all had to abandon their house so that Gary Busey could be killed on their lawn.
Yes. Yeah, well, Gary Busey had to go.
and they didn't suffer any PTSD. They were totally
Yeah.
fine after that. Everything was
Yeah.
fine. But you're exactly, that's exactly right. Is that if you think about the image of them when Murtaugh gives him a gun and says, "Go ahead, do it." He goes, "Don't tip me, man." And he goes, "How about under the chin?" Yes. Yeah. No, in the mouth. And they're doing the thing. Great scene. And then he actually pulls the trigger, and Murtaugh puts his finger in there and snaps. And by the way, like Cracker Jack timing, Murtaugh.
Okay.
Like, stop that gun.
Also, that would hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
Sticking
Yeah.
the webbing of your thumb in the hammer of a revolver, that would tear the shit out of your thumb. That would really hurt.
And so, but then the way Murtaugh looks at him, he's like, "Holy shit, this guy almost blew his brains out right in front of me. This is what I'm dealing with. I have to rely on this guy having my back and saving my life." So Murtaugh's putting faith into him, and that faith is what starts to change Gibson over time, what changes Riggs over time. But then that image to the ending image when he gives him the bullet. He gives him the bullet, and you see like the full thing of like, I don't need this anymore, and I don't need it anymore because of you, because of our partnership, and because of your family.
Yep.
And it's just it's great.
Well, and there's the moment where Murtaugh invites him home for dinner, and he sits there with his wife and his kids and all the craziness of the family setting and his wife's terrible food and like all of that stuff. And you see Riggs like opening up again, like, it's okay to be happy. It's okay to love people. It's okay to have some connection. Because before that, we see a guy who's like, my wife has died, therefore I am no longer allowed to have connection again. He sees connection with other people as a betrayal of his memory of his wife. And that dinner with the family is what breaks that. Like, it's okay to be connected. You're not betraying your wife by being connected with other people and having happiness. And that, I think, if that's not a Christmas message, what is? And Clint,
and that's
fuck you for disagreeing. I'm preemptively fucking you for disagreeing with
you're preemptively fucking him.
Preemptively fucking him.
He's preemptively fucking you right now in his mind.
Now,
just go with
right
it.
now. Just enjoy it, Clint.
I love Lethal Weapon. I was moved, but this preemptive fucking has turned me. Fuck this movie.
But look, let me just say, and obviously it's become apparent that we're going to do, we need to do a watching special of this movie because there's so much to talk about. But the first turn is in that first dinner that you're talking about. And the first turn in the relationship is when he's walking to the car and he says, I've always been good at it, did a guy in Laos, however many yards out.
It's the only thing I've ever been good at.
Yeah, it's the only thing I've ever been good at. And basically he explains to him the job is why I'm alive. The job is the only thing keeping me alive. And then they have that bonding moment, and then Murtaugh says, "Hey, Riggs, you like my wife's cooking?" And he goes, "No." And he gets in the car. So now they have their first spark of this love, and that is a male love story, a male and male love story. And you didn't get any of those in the 80s.
Lethal Weapon is absolutely a romance. A non-sexual romance between Murtaugh and Riggs. Those two guys fall in love with each other, and become the closest of friends because of that. And I hate the term bromance because I think it trivializes male friendship, and I think male friendship already has a lot of bullshit it has to deal with. But I think showing two men learning to love each other as friends is not a thing you saw a lot of in the 80s, man. Just what you just said. Like,
no. Hey, something just dawned on me. I think you and I are the Murtaugh and Riggs of the podcast world.
I think you and I are the Murtaugh and Riggs of the world. Don't limit us. Don't limit us to podcast.
I think the world, and when I say world, the 8 people that listen to this are watching us fall in love platonically.
Dude, we fell in
evolves.
love years ago on set in the high pressure
that's
environment of shooting a TV show. But it's funny that you say that because, like,
I'm trying to manufacture an arc.
I'm agreeing with your arc. You've got the family. You've got the kids. I've stayed at your house.
Right.
I've hung out with your kids.
Yeah.
I buy presents for your kids. You know,
Right.
We've
murdered people together.
That makes me the Riggs of the relationship. By the way, I also have the long hair. That makes me the Riggs of the relationship. You're the Murtaugh.
And I got the Murtaugh.
You got the Murtaugh stash, dude.
We murdered people together.
Well,
you know? But
we do, but we don't talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, because did you ever see that spoof of the guy singing a song about, and he's singing about like all of the crimes that his friends do, and his friends are in the back, they're in the background being like, the fuck, dude? Like he's like, yeah, and he kills somebody, and he lives at this thing. Like, you ever see that? It's funny.
No, I have not seen that.
What's Clint's art? Like, we dislike Clint, and it grows to
no.
hating
I
him?
can tell you exactly what Clint's arc is. I have it exactly. Okay. So you remember this? Remember the psychiatrist on Lethal Weapon who's like telling Danny Glover to look at because Riggs is crazy and everybody hates her? That's
lady?
Clint. Clint is the psychiatrist. Clint is the cop psychiatrist.
I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm the pretty lady.
Yeah, you're the pretty lady.
The pretty lady.
Yep.
And what about me?
And Joseph is the captain of the unit who's he's tired, he's sick of our shit. He's like, God damn it, can you stop blowing this shit up? Yeah, that's who Joseph is.
Joseph's like, Riggs, get in here!
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You are right, Ty. And turn down your mic.
See, all right, see, there you go. There you go. Captain telling me to turn my mic down.
No. Joseph's the Joe Pesci.
No. Joseph is the captain. Clint wishes he was the Joe Pesci, but he's actually the psychiatrist.
Oh, hi, guys.
Oh, hi.
Oh, it's Dan Nowak.
Oh, hi, Dan. You know what I want? The Dan that I want to do this episode is the Dan when we were canceled in season 3, when we were in the office.
Oh, you mean like the
Dan that trashes an
Narain's
office?
red stapler across the room, and then like I almost broke it. And I felt really bad. I just threw it because I was upset, and not like there was nothing against the red stapler.
That was the hardest you made me laugh. I just was walking by the office and I saw a pencil fly out and a stapler fly out and like all kinds of shit just going out of the door.
And Hallie got pissed at me because she's like, I ordered that stapler special for Narain because Swingline doesn't really make red ones anymore. And I'm like, sorry, man, it wasn't like a personal thing.
All right, we'll get all
but
that.
then we came back to life and the stapler got fixed.
Yeah.
So
then it's like,
all of the best Expanse stories include Dan throwing a fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite Dan story is still from season 1, though. My absolute favorite Dan story is when Dan and I and Hawk Ostby got super drunk.
That was a good one.
Walked to the McDonald's that's across the street from the Alcon offices.
It's like a half mile down. It's like half mile down the street. Yeah.
Well, but it was on the way to the liquor store. So we went there on the way to the liquor store. Bought every cheeseburger they had. So we bought like 11 cheeseburgers. Went back to the office and played Narain's pinball machine while we ate McDonald's cheeseburgers and drank like beer.
We picked up like a 12-pack of Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Or maybe even like, because then the next day, like everybody showed up on Monday, like, why is there so many fucking empty Dos Equis in the trash can? Because we were there on Saturday and the cleaning crew didn't clean it up yet also.
How do you eat every hamburger they have? It's McDonald's. Like, what do you mean?
No, but they have that like display case with the ones that are already prepared. I'm just like, give us all of those. And they just put them all in a bag. We just took them. Yeah. That was fun. And then I started texting Narain. I was like, come down and play pinball with us.
Are you in my office?
Did
Are you calling me on a cell phone?
No, he didn't come. Narain is never fun like that. Narain is not a spontaneous person.
He's always sticking the mud.
That is correct.
But here's what's awesome though is Dan and I were in the car before all the drinking started. We drive past, we see Hawk walking down the street.
No. We were drinking downtown at the arcade bar. And then
right,
we decided
but
we were playing pinball
we hadn't started power
like,
drinking yet.
Why are we playing pinball and paying money down here when we can just go to our office and play pinball for free?
Yeah. Wait, but we hadn't started power drinking yet.
Okay, yeah, good point.
Yeah. But then we drove past Hawk. Hawk is just walking. We pull over, and I'm like, Hawk, get in the car. And he didn't even ask a question. He just got in. That was amazing. That's my favorite Hawk thing ever. He didn't even ask a question. He just gets in the car.
And then when we're driving, he's like, I left the door unlocked. You're like, fuck it.
Was awesome. Okay, basically, we pulled up to Hawk and we're like, come with us if you want to live.
Yeah.
He just got in.
Dan, tell me about this movie. I haven't seen it. I never even.
You never watched The Blob?
Oh, it's just The Blob. It's like a remake of like the '50s one, from the mid '80s. Yeah,
with Kevin Dillon.
I don't even know. Kevin Dillon's the star. Yeah,
yeah. It was in the '80s. Yeah, Kevin Dillon was a star, and it follows pretty much the exact same plot as the '50s Blob.
Yeah,
it's just funnier.
There's some random funny shit like that. I just remember, when I was rewatching that, I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, no, that one is worth watching. That's I've seen it a couple of times, and it always makes me laugh.
Werewolf in London, that's one that we could do a whole podcast on, but that is another one. Like, there's magic in that movie. There's a tone, there's a comedic tone, and I'll change my battery, but there's like a haunting, kind of strange, humorous tone in there, and it just works. And everything about it just works. It's such a great movie.
Hey, Joseph. Whenever Wes is talking and his battery is dead, so you just get the webcam thing, please replace it with that picture of Dr. Manhattan with Wes's face over his junk. Yeah, just put that there whenever
you should use the technical difficulties from The Simpsons where it's the camera guy,
the drunk guy,
the drunk camera guy. Yeah.
I think we should punish Wes by making him Dr. Manhattan's junk every time this happens.
This big blue dong.
This big blue dick.
All right, we'll sign off so we can hang out a little bit. Thank you guys for hanging out. This was our trimmer special. We've been talking about doing it. We did it. I hope it lived up to your expectations. Come hang out again.
I hope it failed all of your expectations.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Mine were definitely not met. So thank you guys for thank you for having me on. Never a pleasure. Good seeing you guys.
Wasting your night. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, Ty. So we have what?
Say goodbye, Ty.
Hold on. Goodbye, Ty. You caught me by surprise. I was in the middle of saying something else. How did the holidays go for the boys?
So I just went downstairs, and they just finished trimmers, and Rhett got up on the couch, and he goes, when they come, he was quoting Family Ties dad. He goes, I'm going to light the bomb. I'm just going to let them take me.
There we go.
Because he says that in the thing when he did that. And so, boom. And so last night, I was putting him to bed, and Nash goes, hey, Daddy. And I go, yeah. He goes, because you remember when the girl's legs were caught in barbed wire, and she had to take her pants off?
Yeah.
In her panties? And he goes, hey, Daddy. And I go, yeah. He goes, do you think that was that girl's real panties? And I was like, I was like, why? Or he said underwear. I don't even think he knows. He goes, I said, why do you ask? He goes, I've been thinking about it, and I don't know why she would have her real panties on TV. And I was like, well, I'm sure they're not. Like, I mean, they're real because she's wearing real panties. I said, but why are you, it caught your eye, huh? You've been thinking about it? So then tonight, they wanted to watch it again. So watching it got to that panty part, and I knew that he was curious about it. So I went to skip forward, and he's like, no, whoa. Like, what am I doing?
Oh, wow.
Like he was waiting for that part, and I'm like, I remember those days where it's like, there's something about this that I like, and I can't figure it out, but I certainly don't want you to fast forward through it. You know what I'm saying?
I went to see Rising Sun with my parents in the theater. Man, talk about I'm sitting there like, This is so not comfortable right now.
The sun wasn't the only thing that was rising.
Exactly.
What was,
I remember going to see what was it? Beastmaster with my mother. Because my mother was a big like fantasy, like role, not role play, like Lord of the Rings, like that kind of fantasy. She was super into that. And so this movie came out and it was PG. So like that was okay. We could see that. So we went to see it and it was, obviously it was Beastmaster, but that scene where Tanya Roberts came up out of the water and established my sexuality for the rest of my life. I was sitting next to my mom when that happened. It was a very odd, uncomfortable moment.
Freud would be very proud, man.
I know. I was like,
next to my mom during my sexual awakening.
I was like, Mom, I think I know what I want. Like, I think I understand what my future is going to be.
Wait, they showed her boobs in a PG-13 movie?
Yeah, you could show boobs in PG.
Yeah, like Back to Slid.
Because I was just gonna say Beastmaster for me too. I remember seeing Beastmaster and that Tanya Roberts scene, and I was like, oh my god, like I love this. But I wanted to show my kids Conan, and I saw Conan so many times on the TV edited.
That you forgot the onion.
I forgot. I'm like,
yeah,
whoa,
that is not appropriate for small children.
No, that's not appropriate.
When they go to Thulsa Doom's fortress and it's just a giant orgy.
Yeah, I know. That's what you're saying. Like, whoa, can't do that. There's so many movies that I loved as a kid that I want to go back and show my kids, and I'm like, whoa, my dad didn't give a fuck. Like, he didn't care what I watched.
No, one of my close friends growing up, his parents had recorded Conan off of TV, so we watched Conan all the time, but it was the one recorded off of TV. Yeah. And then, later I was like, oh, I love Conan. So I bought it. I bought like the Conan DVD that had like the extra scenes and stuff, like the longer version of the movie with all the extra stuff. And I'm watching it. I'm going, there are so many scenes in this movie I have no memory of because that's not the edited version from TV.
Then we go to Kayleen's birthday party last night, and there was a lot of tequila, and so I'm whatever. I'm out.
Thank you for the reminder, so I can text her.
Oh yeah, it was her birthday, and it was such a great birthday party because she was born in '82, so it was '82 themed. I got Devin Sauer to send her that's like her greatest crush, and so
oh my gosh,
we played all these games. And I got and one of the games that we played was trivia, but with her. And one of the questions were like, "Who's your number one heartthrob?" And we knew this all the time, and they know that Devin's a buddy of mine. So I had a tape queued up, and so we all went through and said Devin Sauer, and she's like, "You're right, he's my biggest crush of all time." And then we played the tape for her when he's like wishing her happy birthday. It was really cool.
That's really cool. Funny.
Yeah.
Can you get like Jennifer Connelly or Monica Bellucci to wish me happy birthday?
Monica Bellucci, yeah. I just have to.
You can hook me up.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. Yeah. Now
you know what? I would also accept Eva Green if you can hook up an Eva Green birthday.
Could you imagine the level of our friendship? Like if we had a birthday party for Ty and I had a personal message from Monica Bellucci to Ty. Could you imagine how high I would raise in his esteem?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that would be pretty epic.
All right, I'll work on it. When's your birthday?
I don't know.
What month is it?
He doesn't want it badly enough to reveal his own birthday.
You don't have to remember the year. Just what is the date or what is the month?
May.
All right, plenty of time.
I got time.
You get time.
I got time. Cool.
So I got to ask, what is the story behind the white jumper?
So Joanne, who hopefully we'll have on one time, thought it would be really fun if Amos at the final scene had this really crazy flamboyant jumpsuit thing with like rhinestones and all this stuff, and it didn't make it into the show. but I still wore it to set, and we took pictures of Avastarala because it matched her outfit and everything like that. So
the photos, those are great. The fans absolutely loved them.
Yeah.
And the patrons would also love to know. I know it's kind of like with what was said to Holden when the camp blew up, but did Bobby go with or with Amos?
Me and Frankie have that answer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do we gotta get Frankie on to get the answer?
And Bobby pegged the shit out of Amos.
Amos would not feel at all like that was a.
He couldn't walk right. He could not walk right for a week.
Hey, that would be a fun. We could save that question and have her on to answer it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll have to go through that final episode and just see if Amos had a little limp there for a second.
Yeah.
And was the glitter your idea or Bri?
Oh, glitter. Oh no, we had multiple talks about telling a story with our physicality.
The glitter is actually in the script.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
the glitter was such a good touch.
And there was I think the script had like lipstick and all kinds of shit on it, hickeys, shit like that.
Bobby finding this new sense of purpose, even though it is not what she would have picked for herself, just having a sense of purpose and having a job makes her feel really good.
You're the only person that I know that's completely immune to that. You're like, I could be adrift for the rest of my life and be completely happy.
Well, here's the thing. No, but here's the thing. That's not true, but the things that I need to be doing don't have to be work. Like some people need to be accomplishing something, they need to be working. I don't need to be working. Like I can sit and I need to, I need to occupy my time. I could sit and read books, watch movies, play video games, run the occasional D&D campaign for my friends, and I would be fine. Like that would occupy my time. That would occupy my energies. My need to tell stories.
What is your reading routine typically? Do you read before bed, or when do you get your reading in?
Usually what I do is I get a book that I really want to read and I read it all at once. I can't space it out.
And then you wait a while and then you'll hear another book you like and then you'll go and do that. Yeah.
And I just read it all at once. And one of the things that we got in this house, which I've always wanted, I've never had before, is in our master bathroom in our new house. It has a huge soaking tub.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can climb in there, fill it up with hot water, turn the jets on, and it'll keep the water warm the whole time, and just turn into a fucking prune while you read a book. Yeah, I love that.
Have you read anything lately?
Yeah, I just finished doing my reread of, my wife bought me the full Sandman collection, Gaiman's Sandman collection. I just finished doing my reread of that whole collection. And I've got all the collected side stories. So I just read Sandman, all the Sandman's books and all the Death books.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. That's the one thing I haven't read of Gaiman yet. The Sandman stories. So I'm going to.
The Sandman stuff is really good. It's really fun, and get the Death books too, because his sister Death is an important character in his stories, but she has some of her own little side story books, and they're really good.
Say goodbye, Ty.
Goodbye, Ty.
Cold-blooded.
Goodbye, sir.